Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jay from Another Dying and welcome to a game called Unity of Command. Unity of Command is a sort of hex-field turn-based wargame, and I have kind of wanted to get into this genre a little bit because I think I have said this before in videos. I like games with certain amounts of abstraction. I know my colleague of Another Dying, I know he likes games that are very realistic. He's very much into the battle mode in the Total War games, for example, where that have lesser degrees of abstraction from... they're still abstract, they are still games, they are still operating on a metaphor, but I like games that are highly systematized, and this is probably why, for example, I like roguelikes and stuff like that. So, yeah, and the turn-based hex-field wargame genre is a genre I wanted to get into for a while. I have never really played many of these games. I remember back in the day that I played Panzer General, for example, although I never really understood the game, because I was too little for that. But Unity of Command is a game that is kind of simple, but really, really interesting, and I haven't played much of it. I have basically only played the tutorial. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the introductory scenario, and I don't know, this is not going to be a really full-on let's play of the game. This is going to be more like, I don't know, I'm going to record a scenario or two every once in a while. I'm not going to play a whole campaign or anything, because this is also kind of like how I like to play this kind of game. That said, I have not played much of it, so I'm probably not going to be very good at it. So yeah, and just to get into it, just to get into recording these kinds of games, I'm just going to play the introductory scenario. It's probably not going to be very interesting. I think later scenarios are probably going to be more interesting, to say the least. And Unity of Command is kind of it's, as I said, it's kind of simple, but in its simplicity it's really captivating. And especially in later scenarios, the game has a really, really brilliant AI, and the AI will punish your mistakes viciously, and yeah, stuff like that. We won't see much of that in this introductory scenario, because this scenario puts your troops in a great advantage. Later scenarios probably won't do that. Oh yeah, as I said, this... well, I didn't say that before, but this game... the scenario of this game is in the Eastern Front of the Second World War. So yeah, this is the introductory scenario. It features a guide, yes, through some of the more advanced mechanics. I know Soviet forces in the Kerch Peninsula are disorganized and under poor leadership. Strike there first and turn your attention to the fortress at Sevastopol. Okay. So this is basically the situation, and that of course means that we are pretty much at an advantage at the moment. We have to achieve victory within 7 turns, and a decisive victory will be a decisive victory if we achieve it within 4 turns. And brilliant victory, capture every objective on time. I don't exactly know what that means, but maybe we're going to find this out. Let's continue. Okay, so this is basically the situation. We are playing the Axis, like the Germans, which is... wargames are not very... actually not very scared of that, of letting you play the Germans, which is... I don't know, you have to be I think they are abstracted far enough. They are kind of like board games that I'm kind of okay with that. So yeah. Could be kind of weird, but oh well. So basically you can either play the Germans or the Soviets, depending on which scenario you pick. And so there we have the front line. This little line here designates the front line, and the red area is the area controlled by the Soviet army. And it's not very much, as you can see. I think this line actually does not have any special effects on anything. It's just so that you can see where the front line is going. One of the most important mechanics in this game is supply. As you can see, we have a supply source over here, up at the top, with a range of 14, which means it goes down to here, basically. And supply is one of the most important mechanics in this game. If your units are out of supply, you have a problem. And as you can see, the supply does not... Okay, it has mechanical effects, because our supply does not reach into their territory. But the territory does not come from cities or something like that. It's just if we move one unit in here, then we will have this territory. So yeah, we need to make sure that our units are supplied. As you can see, there's no supply here. And if we take a look at this guy, he is out of supply for one turn. And I think cause units to weaken rapidly. So this is basically the unit strength here, or these little bubbles here. And if we're out of supply, this will go down. And this is basically, these bubbles is also the unit's health. So if that reaches 0, then the unit is dead and it's out of the game. And there are two different kinds of... so if a unit is killed, the bubble will cease to exist completely. If the unit is out of supply, the bubble will just turn grey. That means this... the strength is also down, but if everything is grey, the unit can still survive. It just won't be able to fight. So, yeah, this is how that works, basically. I don't know if I have explained that very well, but yeah. So, the different units we have. We have German infantry, which is just our standard infantry here. We have Romanian infantry, which are really weak units that we don't want to use most often, because as you can see, it has an attack of 1 and a defense of 1, and no armor, which is not very great. Those guys are much better. Attack of 4 and defense of 3. And we also have 1 tank over here. And as you can see, this is basically the projected outcome of the battle now. So basically it would reduce the unit strength by 5 and would kill all these people. And because we have the advantage as we have armor, and we are an armored unit, and we have much more armor than the other unit, so we have a little bit of an advantage here. If there were things like terrain advantages and stuff like that, this would also show up here and here. Or disadvantages, like if you are standing in the mud or something, I don't know. Yeah. The one thing about this is only a projected outcome. So, this does not mean that this will necessarily happen, but we can basically see how this might happen. There can be factors and stuff like that that influence that, and we maybe don't kill as much, or they manage to destroy one of our tanks and stuff like that. So there's always a bit of a random factor in there. We can't just rely on that, which is kind of interesting, so this kind of keeps you on your toes. So if we look here, for example, if we would attack Sevastopol here with our German infantry, we see we have a problem, because these guys are entrenched and they are in a city. and have a huge bonus over here. So if we would attack, that would basically just get one of these guys out of supply and kill 4 of our guys. It's basically, like I said, it's very abstract. So it's not 4 guys. It's like 4 units of a division. So I don't know how many people are in one of these divisions and stuff like that. But you get the idea. So yeah. And as I said, we have to be careful about supply. The others are also very they don't need to worry about supply so much because they have we can't really do anything about their supply sources. So yeah. Sorry, I'm still a little bit coffee here. Okay, show objectives. Okay, I think for a brilliant objective we have to capture this by turn 2 and capture this by turn 4. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And another thing that we have are theater assets, like this, like air attack. And conduct an air attack on any unit not protected by an anti-air specialist step. This is another mechanic in this game that I can't remember just now, but click here to highlight possible targets. So we can launch 4 air attacks in every round on any enemy unit. They are not very very effective, as you can see. We got them out of 1 supply basically, and we killed 2 of them. And we can kind of whittle their strength down a little bit before we launch our attacks, so that we have better prospects. And if we now, for example, with our tank attack this guy, we destroyed them and got 1 overrun. Because we have the overrun. Overrun means that you can attack once more in this turn. And this is a pretty good thing. As you can see, if we attack those guys, we have an overrun chance of 80%. So probably going to get an overrun from this too, yes. And we can attack once more. Let's just do that. Attacking has caused us to lose supply here. And if we look at our supply network, we are pretty good here because we get 5 supplies back per turn. Like if you were, for example, here you would get 2 supplies back per turn and 1 supply back per turn and stuff like that. So you can imagine how this works. And cutting off supply lines and stuff like that is very much crucial in this game. Also, I think we can actually get, we have some reserves, don't we? No, we don't. I thought you have some reserves in this. No, we don't. Okay, well, whatever. Okay. This is Jaeger infantry. The difference is they can move farther, but they have less defense. Can't I actually? I thought there was something. No, we can't do anything. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get rid of that and let's continue with our German infantry, like over here. Launch a little bit of an attack. Okay, we move you over here, launch another attack, and I don't think we can kill them because we are pretty much out of supply, so have to keep that in mind. Launch another attack on them, and I think we can't advance any further. We could, oh yeah, we can advance further with them. Let's see. We can basically kill one of these units, but we can't overrun them. Let's just do that. Okay. So you see how this game works. Let's end the turn. End turn. This will basically, I think, get our tank back up to supply. This turn, yes. Not completely, but at least a bit. Now we have stuff in our force pool, actually. I think we can... No. But I think we can add... We have 5 infantry units available, and we can add units to these guys, for example. Which is now out of supply, but yeah. So, I think what we're going to do is now we are going to again launch some air strikes to have a better chance here. I'm going to attack them once, and I'm going to retreat with them. I'm going to get the tank into action now, and I'm probably going to get an overrun from that. So yes, we destroyed them. Oh no, I did not get the overrun. I don't like that, but actually now we can march forward and get rid of these guys. Oh no, we can't. Oh no. As you see, there the random factor came in and bit me in the arse, because now we can't get rid of these guys. Okay, let's see. Don't know if anything... As you can see, you could play the game much better than I do right now, because the objective for a brilliant victory is to get this point at in the second turn, and I think I won't be able to actually do that. Let's move these guys over here. Let's move you guys over here and attack them. One killed in action. Ah, I can't move them back. Jesus. Wait, where can you go? Only here? Oh no. I don't know if this will work. Yes, this works. Okay, get you in here and attack again. I think we're pretty much done here. Let's get these guys over here, and a bit of a choke point here. I think I'm going to move them out of the way of having no supply. And we're going to keep this how it is for now, because we can't just attack them with these guys. We can actually take this by using the airstrikes, and we'll probably do that. Let's just attack them first, destroy this unit, and move down here. Hopefully this was not stupid. Oh well, I don't know. And let's get the tank over here. I think we're going to get an overrun from that. Hopefully, yes. That was an overrun. Let's move you guys up here. Get some airstrikes going. And hopefully get an overrun from that. Yes. Oh, that doesn't help us. Okay, that didn't help us because, yeah, whatever. Okay, now we need to get rid of these guys. Oh god, I'm kind of doing terribly here. Because I won't be able to get that even in the third round. Oh yeah, I'm just figuring. I'm just still figuring this game out. So can I get you back? No, I can't because no movement left. Yeah, well, this is not going to be. Well, if I will be able to finish this in the next round, then I can still get a decisive victory. So let's see. They're also not attacking us, interestingly enough. Okay, I think I need to get this, to do this, I need to get this done. Like this, and march in. Okay, now we have this. And I need to use all 4 of our airstrikes on these guys to actually have a chance against them. The problem is we don't have enough people down here. Okay, let's see. I'm going to attack you first. Breached. And now they are out of supplies. I need... Yes, we destroyed them. And now I can hopefully march in. Yes! Okay, and that was a decisive victory. And yeah, this is basically how this game works. It's an interesting game. It's I think it's really fun. And when we're going to play a real scenario, you will see how much more complicated stuff can get in this game. But this was just, I don't know, as a little bit a little bit of an introduction to this game. Yeah, I hope you liked it. This is Jay from Another Dying signing off, and goodbye. See you again in my next video, hopefully.